Joining us via Skype is Dr. Ayca Cubukcu. Ayca Cubukcu is Assistant Professor in Human Rights in the Department of Sociology at the London School of Economics and the Center for the Study of Human Rights. Before LSE, Dr. Cubukcu taught for the Committee on Global Thought at Columbia University and the Committee on Degrees in Social Studies at Harvard University. During the 2009-2010 academic year, she was a Max Weber Fellow at the European University Institute. Dr. Ayca Cubukcu.
Thank you. In early 2003, before the war in Iraq had actually begun, we witnessed the emergence of the largest anti-war movement the world had ever seen. On February 15, 2003, on the same day, millions of people demonstrated in more than 600 cities around the world against the war that the United States, the United Kingdom, and their allies were planning to fight in Iraq. Yet, despite the largest protests in the history of humankind, the war in Iraq began a few weeks later on March 19, 2003. At its origins, the World Tribunal on Iraq, which is the subject of my testimony today, emerged as an idea from this global anti-war movement. As a tribunal founded and conducted by global civil society to tell and disseminate the truth about the Iraq War, between 2003 and 2005, the World Tribunal on Iraq held more than 20 sessions in 14 different countries, including Japan, Germany, Denmark, Belgium, India, Sweden, South Korea, Italy, Portugal, Spain, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Turkey. In the absence of official institutions of justice willing and able to perform this task, the World Tribunal on Iraq established a transnational platform where the war in Iraq could be investigated and publicly judged, and where the accountability of those responsible for the destruction of Iraq could be underscored. The World Tribunal on Iraq facilitated the public appearance of countless testimonies from eyewitnesses to the occupation of Iraq, from scientists researching the use of depleted uranium during the invasion, from international lawyers arguing the war in Iraq to be illegal and illegitimate, and from countless journalists, scholars, and activists who all documented, contested, and protested the reasons and consequences of Iraq's occupation by the United States and its allies. In June 2005, with the participation of the novelist Arundhati Roy as the spokesperson of his jury of conscience and Professor Richard Falk as the spokesperson of his panel of advocates, the World Tribunal on Iraq's culminating session took place in Istanbul. It became a global public event that received considerable media attention throughout the Middle East and alternative media coverage worldwide. Its proceedings and findings were later published as 2 different books in English and Turkish, while a number of documentaries preserve for the record the contents of public hearings produced by the tribunal over its 2-year existence. Within the tribunals in which this tribunal is taking part, the World Tribunal on Iraq was an unprecedented endeavor in its global scale, structure, and sophistication. It was produced through a non-hierarchical network among thousands of activists around the world. After the historic worldwide demonstrations against the war in Iraq, war on Iraq on February 15, 2003, the World Tribunal on Iraq managed to produce a globally networked stage where anti-war movements could gain visibility and audibility, where they could manifest themselves tangibly. As the novelist John Berger had said of the need to found such a tribunal, the records have to be kept, and by definition, the perpetrators, far from keeping records, try to destroy them. Someone had to chronicle the untold death and destruction that the war in Iraq would bring. Someone had to record the position to this war, so that, as Berger had said, the accusations become unforgettable and proverbial on every continent. It was to achieve this task that activists of the World Tribunal on Iraq had volunteered themselves. Thank you very much.